Hello guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Welcome back to my channel, and today I wanted to go over retainers, from how to level them, from the quickest way to level them, and how you can make gil from them. So with that being said, let's get into it. So to start, what are your goals in crafting? Are you someone that wants to focus on crafting pots and food? Are you someone that wants to focus on crafting endgame gear? Or are you someone that wants to do both? Also, how many retainers do you have employed? Every account starts with 2 retainers for free, but of course you can buy more. This is a recurring payment every month along with your sub. Your retainer is basically a little person that you go out and send to do stuff for you. It also has a full inventory space, so you can add all the stuff that is in your inventory into theirs. It's basically like a bank, but you can assign a job to your retainer, and it can be either a DPS, tank, or healer, which is a job type retainer. It can be a gatherer, which is from fisher, miner, and botanist. So depending on what your endgame is with crafting, you would get a retainer that reflects best on what you need. So let's say you want to craft food and pots. I recommend having a job retainer and a fisher. So meat and fish are the most expensive at the beginning of any raid tier, and if you can have a retainer that goes out and gets meats for you and also fish for you, it will help you immensely. A lot of the gathering mats will be a lot cheaper than any fish and meat. If you focus on crafting endgame gear, I recommend having a job retainer leveled and either a miner or botanist. A job retainer is most important for the leathers you'll get from mobs, and a miner or botanist is good either way because you need miner specifically for tank and naming gear, and a weaver for more of the cloth type jobs. If you do want to pay for an extra retainer, of course, balance it out with a job retainer, a miner retainer, and a botanist retainer. If you want to do a bit of both, then I recommend getting a retainer that reflects what you hate doing. So if you hate doing fisher, get a fish retainer. If you hate mining and botany, then of course get a retainer that does either of those. But I recommend at least having one job retainer. There are many ways to level your retainer. There are 3 different types of missions you can send them out, which would be fishing for my fisher. It will go depending on the level, and it will catch you that level's type of fish. Of course, a miner will go and mine, and a botanist will go and do botany. You can level them, but this is not really recommended because you have to constantly gear your retainer to match the necessary gathering requirements. So from 1 to 80, you would have to be constantly replacing your retainer's gear because you want to always be sending them out on the highest level mission. Now, if you're someone that doesn't have a lot of time in the game and you go off and on, then I recommend sending them on these 18-hour missions. It costs 2 ventures, but it gives you a lot of XP, and you just have to gear them along these 51, 55, 60, 61, etc. It takes in your item level and your gathering stat. And of course, what I recommend, if you're able to check up on your retainer every hour, well, of course not every hour, you're obviously having to sleep, but if you play as long as I do, around 8 hours, even if you're AFK, as long as you can log in, check up on them, or just un-AFK, come back, check up on them, quick explorations is the best. And once you reach level 10 is when you unlock quick explorations. You never have to gear your retainer again. You can just go from your level 10 gear all the way to up to 80, and they will level very quickly. So that's what I did on my other character up to level 50 because my miner and my botanist is not that high yet on that character. So how can you make gil from your retainer? What I personally do is send my botanist and my miner to gather stuff for my leave quest in the Crystarium, which of course, Dwarven Mithril Files and the coffee biscuits give you a lot of gil. I also send out my miner and botanist for the same mats, but just sell them on the market board, because a lot of people doing these leave quests just buy the items off the market board to craft them. Another thing I did when I'm crafting endgame gear, which requires things bought from scripts like the Slither Sands and the Sublime Solutions is send out my retainers to get the mats for me so I can spend more time crafting and less time gathering. Also, a good idea before and during like the first month of Endwalker, sending your retainers out for crystals and clusters is a really good idea. Quick explorations can also get you some expensive items. I've gotten an owl dye from there. I also got a few pure white dyes and jet black dyes from the venture coffers that sometimes they will come back with. And for some more steady Gil, you can send out your job retainers by checking out a list like on Teamcraft. What is the most expensive and bought out leather on your server, and you just send out your job retainer to go and kill those mobs for you and come back with like 10 leathers at a time. And retainers are unlocked by completing the main story quest, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. To unlock your retainer ventures, then this guy somewhere over here will be able to give you a quest, an ill-conceived venture. From there you will receive, I think, around 6 venture tokens, and you can start sending your retainers out with those. But to keep getting ventures, you have to unlock your Grand Company and be able to have enough Grand Company seals to buy your ventures that way. Once you are ready to make your retainers and have a bunch of ventures, you can come here. It is in any major city from the retainer vocate. You can talk to them and they will tell you whether or not you can hire a retainer. So I only have 5 employed. I can get a 6th one. You click yes, and you can load some appearance data, and from there you can create your retainer. Except you can resave it, but I'm not going to do that. Finalize, and you can pick some other customizations and hire them. And you can also give them a name. And once you've found an appropriate name, you can hire them and they'll be right at any summoning belt. So from there, you can assign your retainer a class, and you can only select a class that you have unlocked, and the retainer will only go as high level as you are high level in that class. So my minor botanist is only at level 52. My retainers can only reach the highest in minor and botany up to level 52. Once I get higher, my retainer can also reach a higher level. It's the same thing with any job retainer as well. So I'm gonna look, and what do I need? I have 3 miners and 2 botanists, so I will get another botanist. And from there, you need to at least equip a main hand. So I will just go buy one from the market board. Or actually, there's a bunch of vendors here, so I'll just buy it from the vendor. He's right here in Limsa, so we'll buy land tools, level 1, and botanist. So now you can go back, go to your retainer, equip the main hand. So I sent my retainer out for a woodland exploration, and you have to do this until your retainer is level 10 to unlock quick explorations. But until then, you just have to gear them until they reach level 10. And from there, you can just send them out on quick explorations and never have to touch them again. And you can get all sorts of things from the quick explorations. They can be something expensive, but a lot of the times you just get green gear, which is actually a good thing because you can trade these in at your green company for more ventures. So that was my rundown on retainers. I hope this could help some people out who haven't unlocked their retainers or have a bunch of retainers, ventures, and don't know what to do with them. So thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. And I have a Discord that has a whole load of resources and a lot of nice people. So if you want to join, the link is in the description. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye!